Happy Thursday, Rutgers. I'm Jake Ostrov. We've got a fantastic show lined up for you. It is November 7th, 2019. Weather watcher Kyle Ryman will give you the regional and big picture forecast for the day. We'll be taking a look at last month's workout event with Whitney Court. Later on, we'll be speaking with Rita Espinoza, a tutor here at the Rutgers Learning Centers. We've got tons to get to. Let's wake up, Rutgers. Hello and welcome. It's great to be here on this cloudy Thursday morning, and as always, we're here to wake you up every Thursday morning this semester with all the exciting news, events, and weather. And wow, we've got a lot to get to today. Look, we're in the Bush Student Center, and you know, because you tune in every week, that something always happens when we're here at the Bush Student Center. You know, we've had our equipment go down. We've had ringing alarms. You know, this alarm back here was a nuisance for the last half of the show last time we were here. You got to stay tuned. Make sure you see, because odds are something's going to happen. It's always a fun time when we're at the Bush Student Center. And you know what? We're getting into November. It's our first show in November. Hope you all had a fun and safe Halloween, went out and enjoyed yourself responsibly, and were able to dress up, go trick-or-treating if you want to. But now we've turned the clocks back, and I feel like we just switched right into winter. You know, before you know it, Thanksgiving break is going to be upon us, and then finals are going to be there. We just finished midterm season. I don't want to stress you out too much about finals. I feel like once we finish Halloween, we get past October 31st, everyone immediately skips to the end of the semester. They say it's going to be the holiday season. I'm already seeing some of the car commercials. You know, they got the cars driving in the snow, you know, your holiday deals. No, we're not at that point yet. We're not in late December. We're here in November. For me, Thanksgiving is my favorite day of the year, and frankly, I feel like it's overlooked. But you know what? Before we even get to Thanksgiving, we got to get through November 7th. We got plenty more to get on in the show before we get to the rest of the show. Let's see how much you know. When was the first library at Rutgers built? We'll find out the answer after this. Want to get away from the stress of school but can't get off campus? Well, fear no more. Located right in the middle of the Livingston Student Center is the Rutgers Zone. Between the racing games, sports games, and a bar full of food and ice cream, there's never a dull time. It's the perfect place to kick back, relax, and hang with your friends. Or, if you're a part of an organization, host your next event. The Rutgers Zone is open from 12 p.m. to 11 p.m. from Mondays to Wednesdays, 12 p.m. to midnight on Thursdays to Saturdays, and 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Sundays. To find out more information about the Rutgers Zone, visit studentcenters.rutgers.edu/Rutgers Zone. Welcome back, Rutgers. Before the break, we asked, when was the first library at Rutgers built? Now it's time to find out the answer. Construction for the Archibald S. Alexander Library began in 1953. The building was originally designed to house 500,000 books and 12,000 people. Alexander became the main library of Rutgers University when it opened in 1956, replacing Voorhees Hall. And 12,000 people, I mean, if you go there on maybe the reading days or the first couple days of finals, I think there's way more than 12,000 people at Alex. And someone I know that is always there when his exams come up is our guy, Kyle Ryman, and he's here with your weather.
Good morning, Rutgers. Weather watcher Kyle Ryman here waking you up on this Thursday morning with your weather forecast on this edition of Wake Up Rutgers. Starting off with the current readings, right now, very comfortable 40 degrees with partly to mostly cloudy conditions outside right now. Dew point of 33 degrees brings our humidity up to 83%, even though it doesn't feel that humid. We have a south-southwest wind of 3 miles an hour, barely anything outside right now, and no precipitation for the last 24 hours. For your headlines for today and closing out your work week, We're going to be seeing some rain for later on today. And are we going to be seeing some snow for tonight going into tomorrow? I'll talk about that more with your Futurecast later on, and a sneak peek for next week's weather later on during the show. For your current radar showing some scattered clouds moving through the northeast with some scattered showers with it as well in western Pennsylvania. And you can see some lake effect snow and rain currently affecting portions along the Great Lakes. As we take a look at the rest of the nation, you can see those scattered showers are part of a broader cold front system that is currently making its way through the southeast and portions of the Midwest. We're going to be seeing that affect us later on as we look at our Futurecast. You can see some rain moving into the region. You can see rain as early as this afternoon going into this evening. So make sure you have your umbrellas handy throughout the day today. And the big question is, are we going to be seeing snow for tonight going into tomorrow? Most likely not, but it cannot be ruled out at all. As we can see, that rain snow line is just to the north of Sussex County, so we cannot rule that out entirely, as temperatures could drop even colder to tonight. Other than that, that rain front will begin to move out, bringing us a cool and clear Friday for tomorrow. For your local forecast for today, 60 degrees as high with a southwest wind of 5 to 10 miles an hour. Partly cloudy throughout the morning, and we're going to see some increasing clouds throughout the afternoon, bringing us some afternoon showers. For your evening forecast, 34 degrees, very cool. Winds coming out of the west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles an hour. You're seeing those rain showers becoming much more steady as the night progresses. Make sure you don't go anywhere, because in a little bit, I'll be giving you your 7-day and regional forecast. I'm Weather Watcher Kyle Ryman. Back to you, Jake.
Well, I guess it's better that the weather is going to be a little warmer, although I have to say I'm not a huge fan of the rain tonight. Thought we were a little past it after last week was a complete wash. Hopefully it passes us by like it did a couple days ago. Don't go anywhere. We got our news and events coming up after this.
Hey, do you want to go get lunch?
Sure, can you swipe me in though?
I guess, but you don't have any more meal swipes?
No, unfortunately I ran out.
Well, what are you going to do for food?
Right now I'm buying, but once my cash starts going down, I gotta look for other solutions.
Oh, well, I have the perfect solution. Rutgers has a food pantry here on campus.
The Rutgers Food Pantry falls under the Off-Campus Living and Community Partnerships Office and is located at 39 Union Street on the College Avenue campus and is open from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. When you walk into the office, just tell the receptionist at the front that you are there to utilize the pantry. They will then assist you in figuring out what to take and how much to take based on your personalized needs. For more information, visit www.foodpantry.rutgers.edu.
You can go to their Facebook page and like it for food pantry updates, or you can go to their website at foodpantry.rutgers.edu.
That's awesome, thank you.
You're welcome.
Welcome back, Rutgers. Well, we're into the heart of the show, news and events right now. Daniel Hayden went back to school to pursue a physics degree and found a new home at the Rutgers Makerspace. Hayden followed his passion and built a new career as a do-it-yourself guitar maker, graduating from Rutgers in 2011 with a law degree. Hayden confessed that working as a lawyer was not what he thought it would be. He found himself unfulfilled. But in his spare time, he was having a lot of fun designing things. He then realized he needed to find a way to make this fun a full-time career, but with the needed credentials to be taken seriously in it. When he discovered Makerspace, he left the law firm for a job as a staff supervisor while working toward his new degree in physics. For Hayden, Makerspace became a way to connect with a part of himself that he had put aside since working as a lawyer. Now, to be more environmentally friendly, Hayden searches for reclaimed materials to use for his creation instead of wood. With Hayden's desire to reconnect and create, it is no wonder how long of a way he has come since his days as a lawyer. And we always say that when you're an undergraduate here at Rutgers, you could change your major. You could find the thing that you're most passionate in. And the fact of the matter is that even if you go through school, you get a degree in a certain field, it doesn't mean that you have to go into that field and you have to stay in that field. Hayden's a great example. You know, you can always switch something up. He was a lawyer and he wanted to go into something where it's a little bit more hands-on. And it doesn't even have to be that. You could be interested in math or science. Rutgers received $4 million as the new National Institute of Health's Research, Evaluation, and Commercialization Hub, which will speed up the commercialization of biomedical discoveries into advanced tools that will enhance health. The new Rutgers Optimizes Innovation Program will allow students to have access to hands-on training in product development, and they can work on transformative technologies that can help with advancement through the next stages of development and commercialization. With the collaboration of the Rutgers Schools of Engineering and Arts and Science, in addition to the university's medical and nursing schools, in addition to the research institutes, new discoveries in the field today can quickly become tomorrow's solutions. I mean, did you hear the list of those schools? It's everyone on board with this new grant money to go find Rutgers taking the next step forward in scientific research. Well, that was just some of the events that have happened and news stories that have happened over the last week. Let's take a look at some of the events that are happening this weekend. On Friday, November 8th, RUPA presents Trap and Paint, a night to unleash your inner Picasso. This will be taking place at the Bush Student Center right here in the Cove starting at 8 p.m. Make sure to check out getinvolved.tix.com for a night of music and artistic vibes. And that sounds like an awesome night. It's always good to just relax and paint something, but if you're not too much of the artsy type, maybe this event will pique your interest. Do you just want to sit back and relax after a long week of school? Well, tomorrow at the College Ave Student Activity Center from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m., there will be an exclusive screening of Toy Story 4. Come to watch your favorite animated characters. Free popcorn is included. I love the Toy Story franchise personally. Every time that I watch the last couple of movies, I'm sobbing my eyes out. You know, it's always a good time. And that's just some of the events that Rutgers has, going on. They have events for all types of interests, whether you want to paint, you want to go, unleash your inner Picasso at this Trap and Paint. You want to go watch a movie, think about, some of your favorite movies, watch some of your favorite characters, on the big screen at the Student Activity Center. Or maybe you want to dance. And Rutgers has so many different dance opportunities with these events. And we went to a twerkout event and covered it right now. So let's paint the town scarlet with Whitney Court.
Rutgers. Today we're here at Rupa's Twerkout event in Trey's Hall, where dance instructor Denny B will teach us everything to learn about twerking and other social dances. Let's check it out. So what brought you out to this event tonight?
I came to this event tonight because my friends and I, we like to dance, and we just decided to come out and see what it was about.
What does dance mean to you?
It's just a way of freedom and just expressing yourself, and you're just using different ways and just creativity.
I think dance means just having fun with your friends and just enjoying your body, because a lot of times people are too nervous or too afraid to get out and show themselves because of whatever. So dance is more like a freedom and just expressing yourself in your body.
Us as RUPA mainly just wanted to bring something different and fun that hasn't been done before to Rutgers. So we really thought a twerkout would be a very unique event that no one's done before, and we wanted it to mainly be a good brave space that anyone can come and just feel like themselves and not feel anyone there anyone would come and judge them.
What do you hope people gain from this event?
Confidence. I want them to feel comfortable in their bodies, to know that twerking, it does have historical roots. So I want them to have confidence and not be ashamed to twerk.
Twerking is actually a lot of work. I thought it was just dancing, shaking your butt at parties. No, they have official names for this stuff, and it's a lot of work. This is the first time I sweat twerking.
What's the importance of this event?
I think the importance of this event is to just let people kind of move around. It's kind of midterms week. People are really stressed, and I think the cool thing about this event is that you can move in a way that you might not have moved before, and in a safe, environment, promoting, inclusiveness and stuff like that. So I think that's why it's important to have an event like this at Rutgers.
From this event, I learned that you shouldn't be afraid of what others think about you, and you should just do what you want and have fun.
Well, Rutgers, I hope you've learned to twerk to the beat. Now it's time to cool down and take a seat. Until next time, I'm Whitney Court, RUTV.
Seems like a great event. It's a shame that I couldn't attend it, but hey, I'm sure many events like it will be coming up very shortly. We've talked about some of the events that Rutgers has had, whether it's the dancing kind, you want to watch a movie or paint. Well, it is a school and you got to learn as well. So coming up on the other side of this break, we're going to talk to one of the student tutors here at Rutgers. Stay with us.
The Learning Center is a very useful resource here on campus.
Coming to the Learning Center makes you realize when to ask for help.
My name is Hazem Mohammed and I am a chemical and biochemical engineering junior student, and I work as a chemistry and math peer tutor at the Rutgers Learning Center.
My name is Jasmine Renavar. I'm a freshman at Rutgers and my major is genetics. Going to the Learning Center gave me a mentor or someone that could figure out what's the best study habits for me and the best way for me to excel in a certain subject.
My name is Navira Ali and I'm an office manager at the Rutgers Learning Center. So we provide a lot. First, that everyone is aware of is free tutoring for students. We also offer free academic coaching, which helps with time management, study skills, etc. We also provide writing coaching for those who are struggling in writing courses. Besides that, we also have study groups, which is essentially large classes split into tinier groups. So, you have more hands-on experience with your classmates than the peer leader.
Normally what most students have an issue with is thinking that they can't do it. I try to motivate the students who are not believing in themselves. Show them that they're doing something that's worth doing.
So we're located on all 4 campuses just to make it convenient for everyone. So there's one on College Ave, which is the academic building, on Cook Douglas, the Laurie building, on Bush in Cirque, and on Livingston in Taylor Hall.
Getting help from someone is always going to make you feel better, and it's always going to make the tutors feel better knowing that they're helping someone else, and it's going to make the community at Rutgers much stronger knowing that we're all here for each other.
You never know until you try. I promise you it's going to be worth it.
Welcome back, Rutgers. Here with me is Rita Espinoza, a student tutor here at Rutgers. Thanks for joining me today.
Of course, I'm happy to be here.
So first things first, just so that everyone can get to know you, tell me a little bit about yourself.
So I'm currently a junior in the Rutgers Business School. I'm involved on numerous organizations on campus, including a few finance organizations, and I'm also involved in a sorority, also known as Alpha Gamma Delta. I love being a part of all these different organizations because I really get to see the different perspectives that people have to offer, and I love being able to be a part of different community service ideas and different actions that we can involve with other students on campus.
So I brought you here to talk a little bit about student tutors. For those that might not be too familiar, what are they?
So student tutors are basically peer tutors that essentially help you understand and break down different concepts that you might not grasp in the setting of a large classroom. When I was a freshman, I really relied on student tutors because they helped me understand the concepts, and they really broke down everything for me into a more simplistic way. When I was a freshman, I came from a very small school, and I came to Rutgers, which is a school of 60,000. And they really guided me not only through my courses, but also in giving me very good life advice and techniques that I could use till the end of college.
So now that you are a student tutor, what courses are offered through student tutoring? What do you personally tutor?
So I personally tutor computer applications for business and financial accounting, but I know that they offer tutoring sessions for majors of all types, including psychology, a lot of business, a lot of STEM, calculus. They offer a lot of different tutoring sessions depending on how high in demand they are.
It seems like you have a wide range of subjects. How could students meet with a student tutor?
So we offer tutoring sessions here at Rutgers in all the different campuses, including Douglas, College Ave, Livingston, Cook, and Bush. They're all held in the learning centers, and you can easily look them up by going on the Rutgers Peer Learning Student Tutoring website to see which campuses offer the responding or the respective courses.
So for people that might be interested in becoming a student tutor, being on that other side of the tutoring, how can they get involved? What's the process for that?
So the process begins in the summer, and the student tutors are hired typically by the end of the summer. They are involved in multiple training sessions throughout the summer, and they also are encouraged to join a few tutoring programs during the semester as well.
We just finished midterms. I don't want to get too far ahead, but we are approaching finals ever so quickly. What's your biggest tip for studying, get for those big exams?
So I always recommend to my students, and this is something I apply to myself as well, I really read the textbook and try to understand the concepts that they have in that textbook. I use the concepts and apply it to the corresponding exercises that are in the back of the textbook as well. And that really helps me understand and prepare for the exams for my midterms and finals.
I'm sure a lot of people are coming to you over the last couple of weeks for midterms, and some more people are going to come to you in a couple of weeks for finals. You're seeing a lot of these different study habits. What's one of the biggest problems that sticks out to you the most?
I see that a lot of students procrastinate, and this is also something I see in myself, of course, because we're all busy students. We all have different organizations we're part of. We all work. So I really see a lot of procrastination and not really understanding the material when it's being presented to us in class. So in order to hinder this and to really combat this issue, I recommend reading the textbook maybe before class, doing the homework, and understanding the concepts by using the textbook.
For you, now that you are a peer tutor, what's been your favorite part?
Since I've been a student tutor, I really love seeing students really understand the concepts. It's not easy when we're in college and we have a large classroom-based setting. So when we sit down together and I can really explain the meaning behind each concept, it's very rewarding and very satisfying to see them work through the process with me, but eventually apply the concepts by themselves to different exercises.
Whether students want to find you as a tutor or maybe want to become a student tutor as well, where can they go to find more information?
So like I said, all the student tutors are held in the Learning Center. So if you want to stop by the Learning Center on any campus, you can figure out when the tutoring sessions are. Or you can look it up online. You can just look up Rutgers Peer Tutoring, and it shows when the classes are being held and when the tutoring sessions are being held for it.
Well, Rita, thank you so much for joining us today, talking a little bit about student tutors, what they are, how students can find you guys, and get better grades in their classes.
Of course, I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Don't go anywhere. We got plenty more after this.
The Rutgers libraries have some of the biggest resources this university has to offer. There are 9 libraries located throughout all campuses with convenient hours to fit any student schedule.
The Alexander Library on College Ave campus is open 24 hours, but before 8 a.m. and after 10 p.m., a valid Rutgers ID is required. The Art Library, located on College Ave behind Scott Hall, is open from 8:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. The Carr Library on Livingston campus is open 24 hours, but before 8 a.m. and after 10 p.m., a valid Rutgers ID is required. The Chang Library on the Douglas campus is open from 8:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. The Mabel Smith Douglas Library on the Douglas campus is open 24 hours, but before 8 a.m. and after 10 p.m., a valid Rutgers ID is required. The Library of Science and Medicine on Bush campus is open 24 hours, but before 8 a.m. and after 10 p.m., a valid Rutgers ID is required. The Math and Physics Library inside of the Hill Center on Bush campus is open from 8:30 a.m. to 10 p.m.
There's plenty of space for everyone at the library, so come inside. Shh.
Well, Rutgers, we talked a lot about some of the events that were happening over the next weekend, so hopefully the weather is going to look good for those events. The only way we'll find out is to throw it over to my guy, Kyle Ryman, with the weather.
Hey, Rutgers Weather Watcher Kyle Ryman back here with your regional and 7-day forecast. Taking a look at the region for today, you can expect temperatures in the lower 50s going into the upper 40s for the northeast. Most of the region seeing scattered showers throughout the day today, except for Boston, ironically seeing mostly cloudy and holding on to a little bit of sunshine for the day. For tonight, though, most of the region, if not all of the region, is going to be seeing rain or snow showers as we take a look at tonight's forecast. Temperatures dropping down into the lower 30s, and you see some portions of upstate New York going even colder into the upper 20s, so definitely sub-freezing conditions there. Stepping aside for your 7-day forecast for New Brunswick, today it's high of 60 degrees with some PM showers later on, as I discussed. Tomorrow, cooling off to 43 degrees as your high with mostly sunny conditions. You see the same thing for Saturday as well. Warming up a little bit on Sunday with partly cloudy conditions of a high of 52 degrees. As we take a look at our nighttime lows, you can see a low temperature of Friday, 23 degrees. So if we don't get any snow, there's definitely a risk with freezing and black ice. So make sure you take that into account for your commute, and make sure you salt your driveways Friday night. Going into the start of your work week, some showers will be greeting us on Monday with a high of 48 degrees. Other than that, clearing out for the rest of the week with temperatures in the lower 40s and partly cloudy conditions. That's all I have for you here, Rutgers. You can tune in on our TV channel 23.1 every 15 minutes. Like us on our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter, and use the hashtag RUWeather. And finally, subscribe to us on a YouTube channel as well. I'm Weather Watcher Kyle Ryman. Have an awesome weekend, Rutgers. And back to you, Jake.
Well, hopefully the weather can stay nice and we can have a nice fall weekend that, I feel like it's been raining a lot, so hopefully we can stay dry and enjoy our time outside while it's not too cold. Don't go anywhere. We've got plenty more after this.
Hey, did you get your meningitis shot yet?
No, it's been a few years since I had my last one.
Oh, you gotta go. Rutgers is experiencing more and more cases of meningitis every semester, so you gotta keep yourself covered.
Rutgers Student Health is urging all Rutgers students to get up to date on their meningitis B vaccines. Meningitis B is a rare bacterial infection that has symptoms similar to the flu, but if left untreated can become fatal. The meningitis B vaccine is different from the meningitis vaccine required for all students living on campus.
Wow, that sounds really important. Where can I get my vaccine shot?
Good question. There are plenty of options you can pick from to fit your schedule.
You can go to your personal healthcare provider or go to your local pharmacy. You can also visit one of the Rutgers Student Health Centers located on Cook Douglas, College Avenue, Bush, and Livingston. Lastly, there is an on-campus vaccination clinic that will be held at the College Avenue Student Center from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. in the multipurpose room. As a bonus, all students who get their meningitis B vaccines and update their immunization records will be entered for a chance to win a $500 Visa gift card. Winners will be announced on September 13th, so make sure you set up an appointment and talk to your doctor today.
Wow, man, thank you so much for the help.
I'm just looking out for you, dude.
Hey.
Welcome back, Rutgers. Well, if you missed any part of our show, here's what you missed. We talked a little bit about an alumnus from Rutgers who went back to school. He got a law degree. He came back to school because, well, it wasn't quite what he hoped that it would be. So he now works at the Rutgers Makerspace, where he's making his own guitars, and he's living out his lifelong dream of do-it-your-own stuff. We also talked about 5 or 6 different Rutgers programs combining with the National Institute of Health to help speed up the commercialization of products and keep that scientific development moving forward as we keep going through the years. We also talked about some of the events that Rutgers has going on this weekend, talked about an event happening right here in the Bush Student Center. It's a trap and paint event where you can just come, you can enjoy some relaxing time, and you can just relax and paint. We also talked about a movie night that is happening at the Student Activity Center. Toy Story 4 is being shown this weekend. It's one of my favorite movies. You should definitely go check it out. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend it. We also were able to speak to Rita Espinoza, a student tutor here at Rutgers. She talked a little bit about some of the study tips that people may struggle with, how she can help combat them, and just student tutors overall. Look, I went to the Learning Center at one point. I was struggling with the class and I needed help, and this Learning Center got me through it. It works. You think you know everything, but it works. You're missing something, maybe you're overlooking something. It doesn't matter. They'll help you get to the place you need to go. I want to give one big shout out to all the student centers that we've been at. We've been at the Bush Student Center, the Livingston Student Center, the Yard a couple of times. They've all been great hosts, and I've really enjoyed working, being out in the field, on site, with the people, getting to know them. People stop and they want to talk to us because they see the camera and the microphone. They're intrigued. Well, unfortunately, we're moving. We're going back to our old studio. Well, we got a new studio built up in our old office building. We're going to be debuting our new studio this time next week, always 9 o'clock Thursdays, same time, different place. Very excited to see what our new improved studio is going to look like and all the challenges on the way. I can't wait to do it with this fantastic crew. Well, Rutgers, that'll do it for today's episode. For more events happening this week, you can go to getinvolved.rutgers.edu or ruevents.rutgers.edu. Follow us on social media by searching RU Network, and follow us on Twitter by searching @WakeUpRutgers. We love hearing from you. Thanks again for tuning in, and to Rita for joining us. I'm Jake Ostrov. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you next week.